Hey everyone! So today I'm going to be planting up 2 of the raised beds on my front deck. The other 2 are already planted. I'll give you a quick tour of what's in those, and then I'm going to get the remaining of the plants into the other 2 beds, which that'll be a great feeling to have all of my raised beds done. So I have here the 2 trays that I started these in. These are the Jiffy peat pellet trays, and this is my tray of all Gomphrena. So I always do in the same bed. This will be my 3rd year now, Gomphrena, because I love it so much. Not only does it remind me of a flower that would be in Dr. Seuss, but they're also beautiful to dry. Like, they dry almost exactly like they look on the plant. So I'm not gonna be able to fit all of these, so I'm definitely gonna give some away, but the varieties I have in here, and I'll put up pictures because there are no flowers on these yet, but the varieties I have are Gomphrena Purple. I think all of these are from Johnny's seed, I'm pretty sure. Gomphrena Raspberry, Gomphrena Carmine, which was the first Gomphrena that I grew and fell in love with, Gomphrena Pink, which is a very light pink, and then Gomphrena Orange. So those are the 5 different colors I have. I'm going to just mix them, still create a pattern, like make sure it's one of each color and then repeat that pattern so it's all mixed together. But I'm really excited for how this is going to look. Then in my center raised bed, I also do almost the exact same thing every year, because when you find something that works, I just keep doing it. So I already have the Super Petunia Vista bubblegum in the corners. This will be my 3rd year of those in the exact same spots. And then in the middle, I'm going to put in some zinnias. I don't know if all of the zinnias in here are ones that are going in there. No, they're not. Some of them are in a giant grow bag already, but the 3 I am putting in the center raised bed are Zinderella Purple, Zinderella Peach, and Zinderella Red. And I love how these zinnias look. Last year I had just Zinderella Peach, I think. So because I like those so much, I got the other 2 colors. My front deck, I like to have as many colors as possible all shoved in there. I don't think as much about how it's going to look as I do about the back deck. So I just want to have as many bright colors as I can fit in there. So that's what we're going to plant today. But first, let me give you a tour of what's already in some of the raised beds and then where these are going to go. This lower raised bed here is already planted. I know it doesn't look as full as you might think, but it actually is. So on the corners here, I'm doing petunias in every corner of my raised beds, just like on the back. I'm telling myself that I'm going to spray weekly to hopefully prevent budworms, or maybe I'll just have so many petunias they won't destroy them all. I'm not sure, but I'm going to try to stay on top of spraying for those. And I just use the Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew to spray for budworms. So on the corners, I have Super Petunia Vista Fuchsia, which I also have on the back, and then in the center, I have Super Bell's Double Orange. Now, like I said, I like to have as much color in here as possible, so that is what I'm planning to do. Then behind it, I have a Status Soiree mix, which I started from seed, so I don't actually know what color those 3 are going to be. Hopefully they're all different colors, but it's kind of like a little garden surprise. And speaking of garden surprises, I also tucked in here the mystery seed. I still have no idea if it's for sure a marigold, because the leaves look a little bit different than I would expect, but there's one here, and then there is one down at the other end, and then in the back are actually 9 sunflower seeds that I've sown. I'm doing the exact same thing I did last year. I'll put in a video if I have it, I hope I do, where I have just a row of sunflowers growing up the back here, and then I will use those in the fall as a trellis for my peas. This bed is also already full because this is the native bed. I sowed most of the seeds, I think, in the fall, but I had to add some petunias on the front corners. No, they are not native, but yes, they are beautiful. So this is also Super Petunia Vista Jazzberry, which I have in the back. And then this, I believe, is new for 2024, so it's not available yet, but I'm really excited about the color. This is called, let me grab the tag. This is called Super Petunia Mini Vista Ultramarine. So it's going to be a very pretty, like indigo, deep indigo color. Very excited about that. But again, this is not available until next year. So I'm going to try this out in my garden and see how it does. Now the Super Petunia Mini Vistas, they just basically stay a little bit more compact with smaller flowers compared to the regular Super Petunia Vistas. This center bed here is where all of the Zinderella zinnias are going to go. I'm trying to remember how many I fit last year. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember that, but maybe I'll put 8 in here, maybe 9, maybe 12. I don't know, we'll see. Like I said, I kind of shave a few inches off of the spacing recommendations. I'm pretty sure those are around 8 inches recommended spacing. I'll double check that before I plant. But here in the corners, I have the Super Petunia Vista Bubblegum. Again, I always have these in here. And then in the front, I am doing Super Petunia Mini Vista Scarlet. I think this might also be one that is new for 2024. So I'm going to see how those do together in this bed. Last year, I don't think I had anything in the center, and the Super Petunia is like, I don't think they touched all the way. So I'm hoping this will be a mound of that bright red color here, and then 2 mounds of pink on the ends. And then over there in the back is my Gomphrena bed, so we'll go over there now. So same thing on the corners here. I have, which one is it? I have so many Super Petunias. This is the Super Petunia Royal Magenta. So it's a little bit less like bright pink than the fuchsia. What's interesting here is you can see this one is blooming. This one is not. It had blooms on it when it first started. I think there's some that are going to open here. There haven't been any blooms on it in a few days, but I mean, it looks alive. The leaves are still growing just fine, so we'll kind of see what happens there. And then in the middle, I have another Super Bells. So this is Super Bells Double Yellow. So here I have kind of pink with yellow in the middle. I have like purple mixed with indigo, pink mixed with orange. So there's just going to be a lot of bright colors here. This is also where I had my radishes, and then the Gomphrena I'm going to sprinkle all throughout there. So let's go ahead now and start getting the plants into the beds. So I just made a mistake. You know how I said I'm going to like put them in a certain order, like red, peach, purple, red, peach, purple. I was taking them out, and for some reason I thought the purple row went like from, basically I planted 4 of each, one label, 8 of each, one label in one row of 4, and then the row to the left of it was also supposed to be that. But I went 1 row to the right. So now I'm not sure which ones are purples and which ones are peaches and reds. So we might just have a little mishmash going on. Okay, well, here's what it's looking like now. I did fit in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of the zinnias. Now 3 of them I did know what they were because I had the labels. So I know that in the front at least is Zinderella Red, Zinderella Purple, Zinderella Peach. Then I'm like kind of sure that I tried to alternate colors. So since like the red and the purple are here, I think that's a peach. Since the purple and peach are there, I think that's a red. I don't really know for sure. So we'll kind of see how it goes, but I don't think that'll be that big of a deal. But hopefully I've learned now what not to do for my Gomphrena. Okay, I did a little bit better this time with keeping them all organized. I hope you can hear me over the sound of, I don't know what it is downstairs, but it's spring, so there's a lot of garden work going on. But here I did, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So just about 3 of each. I guess 1 less than 3 of each. Some of them I realized I didn't thin. So I will either do that or I will forget to do it. We'll see which one of those happens. But overall, looking pretty good. And then this is what I have left of the Gomphrena, and I have a lot more of the Zinderella zinnias. I'm going to hang on to these just in case, I don't know, there's a freak snowstorm in May and all the ones I planted die. And then if I don't end up using them, I think what I'm going to do is leave them like near the front stoop with a sign that says free plants and hope that someone takes them. All right, so that feels really good. All of my raised beds now out here are full, so it's just basically some smaller pots. I mean, I still have what feels like a lot to plant. I just have to figure out where I'm going to plant all of those things. And I think now I'm probably at a good point where I can start to set up my drip because I've gone ahead and planted all of the largest beds. I think some of the larger pots, I know where they are going to sit, so I can start setting up the drip. Now the front already has drip, I just need to expand it. The back I'm gonna be doing completely from scratch, so I'll take you along with me when I do that. But that is where we're at today. So thank you so much, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.